Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing another cultural video with all of you, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you my setup for a Mother Ganga Puja. Now for anybody who doesn't know who Mother Ganga is, she is basically the goddess of water and the goddess of the oceans in the Hindu religion. While many families do Mother Ganga Puja as an annual puja and just something as per family tradition, many families also do this when there's sickness in their family or they need to be purified of any sickness or anything of the sort.
Today's video is being sponsored by Vaanishyam. They are a puja store located at 12802 Rockaway Boulevard in South Ozone Park, Queens, New York. Make sure you go ahead and check them out. With the help of them and Pandit Sham, the owner of the store, they specially curated all of the items that I needed for today's video and to put together this beautiful Mother Ganga Puja setup for you all today. So make sure you check them out the next time you need puja items, and when you go in there and buy your stuff, let them know that Matthew's Gynae's Cooking sent you.
The first thing I want to show you is the Puja Pack that they have dedicated to Mother Ganga. So when you go to Vaanishyam, they will have multiple different types of Puja Packs dedicated to each one of the different gods and goddesses. In here is the Mother Ganga flag, and you can get yellow or white. And I also purchased a Lord Shiva flag because his puja is highly associated with Ganga Pooja. There is also some incense as well as some dupe or wood sticks for your hawan. There are 3 diyas. There's also a pack of samagri. There's a pack of pure honey. There is also some ghee to fill your diyas and to use in your hawan. There's also some Ganga gel as well as cotton balls, and in this little sachet over here they have multiple little items. So right inside of here they have red cloth they would use to wrap the coconut that you put on your khalsa. They also have white pieces of cotton. They have sindoor, cloves, gugul or frankincense, chandan, dye, as well as wicks. They also have some matches and some kacha soot or red thread. They also have lots of supari, and they have elaichi or cardamom, attar or perfume, as well as some camphor. Now these puja packs are absolutely amazing because they have everything that you could need for any type of puja, and they also have them in abundance. Nothing is in too small of an amount to be able to not be used throughout the puja. Everything is in abundance, and of course if you need to buy anything separately or more of something, they have it at Vaanishyam. Now the next thing to do is prepare all of your parsad and your offerings. So I have 7 little taris here, and in each I'm going to be putting 2 puris. I'm also going to be putting a little bit of lapsi, also known as halwa. We're also going to be going in with a spoonful of sweet rice or kheer. And right next to the kheer, we're also going to put a little mound of parsad or mohan bhog. And at this point, you can use whatever fruits you want. I'm using a little slice of cucumber, a little slice of banana, as well as a little slice of apple. I'm also adding in a date. I'm also going to be going in with the pera that I've made. And on top of this, I'm going to adorn it with a yellow and red flower. And on top of each plate, you're also going to have to put in a coin or some type of money. Now the reason that we are making 7 of these plates or these parsad offerings is because there are 7 holy rivers. Mother Ganga is one of the 7 holy rivers. So whenever you do Ganga Puja, you always give an offering to each of the rivers. And last but not least, on each plate, you're going to go ahead and adorn it with 1 neem leaf. Now you all might see that these plates look exactly like the ones that you would make for when you're doing Durga Puja. And the reason being is because most of the goddesses in the Hindu religion get the same types of offerings, so many of their parsads will look the same. The next thing that you're going to want to do is pleat your sari. So you need either a yellow sari or yellow cloth or cotton. And what I went ahead and I did is I folded the sari in half, and then I went ahead and I pleated the top using the border. And of course this takes a little bit of practice. I am by no means a pro at doing this. However, after some trial and error, I went ahead and I folded the top and pleated it to the best of my ability. And once you get it pleated, you're going to go ahead and take a rubber band or a scrunchie or even some string, and you're going to tie it to make a little border or a little crown on the top, as you can see here. Now as you all can see, I'm using a little structure to put my sari on. This little structure is going to house the Mother Ganga Murti that I have. The Murti or the statue of Mother Ganga that I have is very small. It's only about 6 inches high. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and elevate it, so this way it looks very nice and higher than the rest of the baby. And once you go ahead and put Mother Ganga down on top of the sari, you want to make sure that that crown or that layer of sari that is over her head rests nicely, and you want to go ahead and sort it out and sort out those pleats that are at the bottom and spread them out nicely. Now the next thing that I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to put my khalsa in the middle of the Blvd. So as you all can see here, I have a yellow khalsa and I'm going to be filling it with some water and I will put it down. Of course, when your priest comes, they will go ahead and tell you what to put inside, what offerings to make, and what else is needed. I would also like to mention that I am using yellow for everything in this video today. However, some families and some traditions call for white when you are doing Mother Ganga Puja. I would also like to show you guys another alternate way that people might set up this area of the puja place. Now in front of the khalsa, some people will put a little tari or a saucer filled with a little bit of dirt, and on top of that they would put a cow murti. This right here is representative of Gaumata, which is the cow, as well as Mother Earth or Dhartima, which is the dirt. Remember that without Mother Earth, we would not have the items that we need to complete puja, so that's why whenever we do any type of prayer service, we usually give thanks to Mother Earth or Dhartima. Now once you get the sari nice and organized on your Blvd, you're going to go ahead and set out those plates of parsad that we made. Again, there are 7 plates, so you want to go ahead and spread them out evenly across the sari, across the front of it. And if you are looking directly at the screen, the next thing that we're going to do is on the right hand side of Mother Ganga, you're going to go ahead and put a Shiva Murti. And in front of my Shiva Murti, I'm going to go ahead and place my Shiva Lingam. Now of course, whenever you're doing Shiva Lingam Puja, you want to make sure that the actual Lingam is facing north. So go ahead and pull out your compass or just know your directions and face it in the north direction. Now we're going to go ahead and place a Ganesh and a Lakshmi Murti on either side of the khalsa. Now technically it does not matter exactly where they go. I just decided to go ahead and put the Ganesh closer to where the Shiva is, being that they're very associated with each other, and I went ahead and I put the Mother Lakshmi on the other side. And the reason you would always put a Mother Lakshmi and a Lord Ganesh Murti in the front of any Blvd or any puja setup that you do is because they are always a preliminary or starting puja whenever you begin your jandi or your puja or whatever you're doing. The reason for placing Mother Lakshmi down is to go ahead and light your path throughout your puja, and the reason for putting Lord Ganesh down is to remove any obstacles or bad eyes in your way. Now in association with this Mother Ganga Puja, any of the preliminary pujas such as the Ganesh Puja or the Lakshmi offering, they will be done very simply. However, some pundits will ask you to go ahead and put a little ball made out of turmeric or dye on top of a palm leaf in front of Lord Ganesh. This is representative of Ganapati or Ganesh and Gauri Puja. Now being that I have all my murtis down, I'm going to go ahead and put the other plate of parsad that I have made for Lord Shiva. Now in this plate, I went ahead and used some of the same sweet rice and the puri, some parsad. I put lots of pera, being that that is his favorable offering. I put some cucumbers, some apples, some bananas, as well as a nice white flour. You can use anything that you wish to use, any offerings that your heart desires, based on your family and your traditions. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and lay down all of the items that you would specifically need for the Shiva Lingam Puja. For anybody who's done this puja before, remember that you need different types of liquids to go ahead and pour on top. So of course you have your coconut water, you have your sugarcane juice, you have your Ganga gel, you have your honey, you also have your ghee, and on top of that you would need dahi or yogurt, and you would also need sugar water. And in addition to all those liquids that I mentioned, you would also need some milk to pour on your Shiva Lingam. And right next to all of the items that are associated with your Shiva Puja, you want to go ahead and put the flag next to it, so this way nothing gets lost. And right next to that, I will also put the Mother Ganga flag, so this way when it's time for that, everything is in one place. And last but not least, another item that they wanted me to use in this video associated with the Shiva Puja is mishri or sugar candy. Now usually offerings of hard sugary candies, hence the reason why we offer pera, are given to Lord Shiva, so they also sell this at Vaanishyam. Now the next thing that I want to do is in front of every plate of parsad, you're going to go ahead and put a diya that you filled with ghee and put a wick on. The reason being is because whenever you offer a plate of parsad, you always want to light a diya in honor of the god or goddess that you are offering it to. So for each of these plates of parsad, you're honoring one of the 7 holy rivers, so we're going to light a diya in honor of each one of them. The next thing I want to go over is all of my leaves. So in this little plate here, I have some neem leaves, and of course you need this for any Devi or goddess puja. I also have my bael leaves, and this is for the Shiva Puja. I have some duba grass for the Ganesh Puja, and I also have some pan leaves, and these would be used for all of the different pujas and anything throughout your entire puja. I also have a little lota that I filled with water because throughout the prayer service you might need it. And being that I just showed you those palm leaves, I want to show you a different way that people might add to the Mother Ganga Puja setup. So somewhere on the right hand side of Mother Ganga, sometimes people will put a picture or a murti of Lord Surya or the sun god, and in front of him you would put 9 palm leaves facing downwards where you've ripped off the tips and you've ripped off the stems, and these 9 palm leaves are representative of the Navagrahas or the planetary deities. Usually for any puja, you would give thanks to the Navagrahas. However, when you are doing a main puja such as Ganga Pooja, sometimes people will go ahead and just do a little offering to Lord Surya, or sometimes people will do a more elaborate offering like you see here. On top of each palm leaf, you would put a mound of rice as well as a supari face down, and just in case you were doing it, this is how you set it up. And here are all of the puja items or the sarjam that I showed you all earlier. I went ahead and I put everything in a little tari here just to keep it nice and organized. I also have my dupe, my hawan samagri, as well as my matches that I would need for my hawan later in the puja. And while I showed you the dupe as well as the hawan samagri, I wanted to show you how to set up the actual hawan kund. So I've covered my hawan kund with some foil, and I also went ahead and added in 3 small pieces of dupe in a triangular fashion. And in the middle of that triangle, you would also want to go ahead and put a ghee-soaked cotton ball or a ghee-soaked wick. And I also want to show you exactly what you would need to mix together to use for your actual hawan. So in another small tari, you'd want to go ahead and add in some of that hawan samagri. And again, you can use as much or as little as you would like. You would go in with a little bit of the parsad or any types of sweets that you made. You'd go in with some elaichi or cardamom pods, some cloves. You'd also go in with a few pieces of crushed camphor, and you'd add in a little drizzle of honey, and you just mix all of these ingredients together and keep it right next to your hawan kund so it's ready for you. Now I showed you all of those sarjam or puja items in the little tari that I have there. Usually what people would do is go ahead and empty mounds of each one of the puja items onto that same tari, or they might buy some little bowls or saucers to put inside and organize each one of the pieces of sarjam. However, what I really like to do is go ahead and get one of these spice containers or masala dabbas, and in each one of the sections, go ahead and pour in each one of my sarjams or my items. So in one, I put my sindoor, I put my camphor crushed up in one, I put some extra supari, some cloves and elaichi in one mixed together. I'll put in my gulgul or frankincense in one. I'll also add in my dye as well as my chandan. So whichever way you want to go ahead and organize it when you do your puja, feel free to do so. I'm just showing you some alternatives here. I also wanted to mention that right next to the puja place or somewhere around it, you want to go ahead and have a tari. You want to fill it up with some rice and go ahead and put a diya filled with ghee and a wick in the middle. This right here is what we will use for the arti during the prayer service. Now as you all can see, I took some flower petals and put it around the diya. That's going to help keep it in place. So this right here is the final and basic setup for a Mother Ganga Puja. As you all can see, we have the sarjam, the leaves, some extra water, the items for your hawan, as well as the actual setup with Mother Ganga, all of the murtis that we needed, and their parsads. I have some extra flowers, and I also have all of the items needed for the Shiva and the Shiva Lingam Puja next to him, as well as the respective flags that you would be raising when you complete this puja. Once again, I just want to thank each and every one of you today for going ahead and tuning in and watching this video until the end, because not only were you all able to learn something new, but I was able to learn something new as well. Please make sure that the next time you are shopping for any type of puja, especially a Mother Ganga Puja, to go ahead and check out Vaanishyam. They are located at 12802 Rockaway Boulevard in South Ozone Park, Queens, New York, and trust me, they are your one-stop shop for all of your puja items, especially for these beautiful puja items dedicated to Mother Ganga. Remember that if you go to Vaanishyam, you will get all of your murtis or your statues, your pictures, fresh leaves, fresh flowers, lots of different items to cook and make your parsad or your sweets with. You will get all of your puja items, all kinds of different flags, and you will also get those hand-stitched ones all the way from Guyana. You can also get a wide variety of clothing, wide variety of gifts, and lots of other goodies right there at Vaanishyam. Make sure you check them out, and I hope you all enjoyed this video today. If you did, please go ahead and give it a nice big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet, and drop all of those comments down below. Please let me know what puja setup you'd like to see next, and I'll see you all again very soon.